Former UFC champion Holly Holm fights Irene Aldana this Saturday at UFC Fight Island 4. And you can watch the entire event live by signing up for ESPN Plus for just $5.99 per month or $49.99 for 1 full year. Don't wait. Click on the link in the description and sign up for ESPN Plus today.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Just jumped on live real quick to address the reason for I had to pull out of the fight in November. It was released by a Brazilian reporter before we could, address it with the UFC and things like that. So I just want to come on here and let everybody know that I have a distal bicep grade 3 tear. I had COVID I tested positive for COVID a few months ago and wasn't able to train MMA for about a month and a half. Kept my weight low. That's why I've been cycling a lot just to keep the conditioning up. I got back into MMA training about a little over 2 weeks ago. So I just thought my bicep was sore. Injury was right here in my arm. Just from training, it hasn't had the MMA load. I've been cycling a lot, doing strength and conditioning. Keep my diet really clean and healthy. I've been waking up at 141, so my weight's been good. So like I said, I thought my arm was sore for about 2 weeks just from getting back into MMA, hard training. Obviously we're 7 weeks out from the fight. So then Monday I went to strength and conditioning, trained, finished with some bag work. My arm was a little tight. Thought nothing of it. Came back 2-3 hours later to work with my striking coach, Michael Malott. Had a great pad session then. Obviously it was still tight and sore. Later on throughout that night, the evening, throbbing pain, kind of just was more sore than usual. So I put some CBD cream on it, Puricana, and took an edible and went to sleep, passed out. Woke up at 2 in the morning, like excruciating pain. My bicep was really swollen up off to the side. So I ended up waking up, texting my coach, like, hey man, I'm not going to make it to practice this morning. I think my arm's infected. I thought it was an infection. So I ended up, I had hill sprints at 1 with my coach. And I was going to go see my physical therapist at 3:30 anyways. I usually go on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. And so I just texted my family doctor. Like, hey, I think that I have it, my arm's infected, something's going on. Went there, did an ultrasound on it, and saw the tear. So now I went and saw a surgeon yesterday, waiting to get an MRI to see anything else is damaged. But I spoke with the UFC, let them know that if I needed, probably 5 weeks, that I'd be back to training. So hopefully I could fight at the end of December. They chose to replace me with Alex Perez. I can't, be upset or mad, show them what's going on, I understand that, but they did promise me the title fight upon return to being healthy, so can't fight destiny, it's my destiny to be a world champion. It just wasn't to be in November, so 2021, decided to get back in there. I'm at the gym right now, about to get some strength and conditioning in, work on things that I can't obviously work around with the arm, and keep the diet down, keep the weight down, and just be ready for when I can jump back in there. I just wanted to jump on live real quick because there's all kinds of rumors. And saw something on Twitter. A lot of the Brazilian guys leaked it. So what's going on. I'll keep everyone up to date. But what's going on.
Joshua Fabia. Does that name mean anything to you, Lewis?
Yeah, he's a trainer. Give me a little more. Is Diego Sanchez his trainer?
Yeah, the school of self-awareness.
Yeah, he's like a weirdo. We talked about him on the show a couple months ago. And no offense to him, I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm not saying, maybe he's not a weirdo, but
he's a weirdo. Let's be honest. He's a fucking weirdo. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be polite because I know Diego and I like Diego and I respect Diego, and we shared a Hall of Fame ceremony together. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want to shit on Diego Sanchez, and I'm not going to. But I will somewhat shit on that fucking coach. He's not a coach. He's a charlatan. He's a pretender. He's a fake, whatever. Listen, if it makes Diego feel good, then great, right? And Diego, who did he fight just a couple of weeks ago or last week?
Oh, I forget his name.
Yeah, the Australian guy. And Diego's tough as but he's got this coach around now that's doing these very, very strange corner methods, strange training methods. One could say it could be equated to touch butt in the park. That was a famous line from Nate Diaz there. But this guy's out of his mind. And he's been attacking people left, right, and center. And I'm sorry, I don't want to talk shit about any coaches. I don't know the guy. I don't know what he does, but he guy's out of his fucking mind. And he has some very, very weird training exercises. In fact, there's another one here. It shows them at the PI and they're running around. I think this is designed to be a warm-up exercise. It's something that I think that children would do. I take Lucas to jiu-jitsu, and at the end, those big inflatable balls, they play like a game of dodgeball where they throw the big inflatable balls at them and things like that. So I think they're doing like a warm-up exercise. But on this occasion, Joshua Fabia is running around chasing them with an actual knife. I take it back, buddy. I take it back. I was wrong about my tips about your training. That's what you've got to do. Instead of the jiu-jitsu, the footwork drills, do the weights, but just imagine everyone has a knife and you're just trying to stab each other with imaginary knives.
Everything's a knife.
What the fuck is that? My God. Yeah.
There for you? What motivates you, in terms of the future?
Very good question. Honestly, very good question. I don't know. Like, for example, I'm gonna finish Justin Gaethje inside the cage October 24. What else? This is very good question. We'll see. I love competition. I love compete with best fighters in the world. That's why I'm here. I am not in UFC to make money. I have a lot of business projects. Outside the UFC, I can make money, and it's a good question. Very good question.
You've talked about retirement before. Is that something that is potentially on the table?
What you ask? What you say? I don't understand.
You've talked about retirement, by a certain age or certain fights. Is retirement something that's possible after this fight?
I don't think. We have couple options. We're gonna think about this after this fight. And Dana told me after this fight, he have something special for me. And but I told him, please keep this. After fight, we're gonna talk. He say we have like very big things after this fight for me. We'll see.
And last question, you've made it very clear in the past, Khabib, you have no interest in revisiting Conor McGregor. Does it make you angry that still comes up so often, in terms of now they talked about the Ultimate Fighter and they want to do the rematch? Like, does it make you angry that name still comes up to you?
You know, right now I'm focused on just engage. You know, October 24. I'm focused on him. No, I don't wanna underestimate this guy. You know, Justin is a very tough opponent, very tough guy. You know, and he follow his dream. He's very hungry. You know, he just beat very tough opponent. You know, and I don't wanna underestimate, and I'm focused on October 24.
I have a distal bicep grade 3 tear, so I just thought my bicep was sore. Injury was right here in my arm.
Hey Cody, ako na go to out.
Next day, gonna knock you out. Be prepared.
Ako na knock you out. Be prepared.
Be prepared, Cody.
Yeah.